not quite lawn tips. We're going to throw some lawn tips along the way, things that are coming up, a bit of buffalo, talk about some weeds we're spraying, a couple of things going on. But over the last couple of weeks, we've been working on this garden bed here. Last couple of weeks, because it's been raining so much, there hasn't been a lot we've been able to do with lawns and stuff. But I want to talk to you guys about the whole process, how we did this, and just run through it and talk about, this is like going to be a little feature area with some buffalo. And yeah, I love this sort of stuff, garden beds. So if you guys enjoy it, let me know, chuck a like on the video. But let's get into it. So here's the kikuyu project here, or the old kikuyu, about to be a little bit of couch grass that we're going to oversow probably in the next 3 weeks, I would say. Still not quite warm enough here in Orange. We had frost 2 days ago, so definitely not getting seed out yet. It's not even really reno season for us, which sucks. I know a lot of the guys in Queensland are doing their renovations. That's why we haven't done any renos on Josh's or Taylor's lawn as of yet, because it's been a weird year. Cold, wet, absolutely disgusting. But you can see that there is a little bit of kikuyu growth starting to come back in here. You can see just here, this is white, man. Kikuyu is crazy stuff, man. You can hit it with glyphosate and it will come back 1,000 times over if you're not careful. So due for another spray, which is good. This is what I wanted to see now that the temps have warmed up. But we have decimated a lot of it. Some of it's not coming back, which is nice. If you guys haven't been following along, we put irrigation in here, and we're looking at seeding this, as I said, in the next couple of weeks with some Bengal couch seed, which I do have on the website, and that's what we're going to be using here to a bit more of a finer leafed couch. It's hard to find fine leaf stuff when you're actually looking at something you're going to sow. Like when it comes to varieties like Tiff Tuff, what else is there? Agri Dark, Santa Ana, Wintergreen, all of those couch grasses out there that are a hybrid couch. You actually can't find viable seed for them that you can seed. They're only grown by either sprigging, plugging, putting strips of turf down and letting it grow out with fertilizer and top dressing. Generally the way to get them going. So keen to try this seed out and show you guys the results over the next coming months. I just wish it was a little bit warmer here at the moment. But that's that project. But across, like right across from it, is this garden bed that we've been building here for a veggie patch. Still got a little bit to do, got to put a hose reel in. Might eventually put a deck over there, but don't really have the funds for that at the moment, so we're not going to do that because all this stuff costs money. So let's talk about the process of how we did this. Super simple, really. Super simple. I'm no landscaper by any means, but I do love a little DIY project. So I reckon it would have been around nearly 12 months ago I dug this area out with the excavator with grand plans to get this done, and then the season just got away from me. And Emma was a little bit disappointed. They hadn't got it done yet, my wife. But yeah, I was sort of waiting for a bit of the edging to turn up, and then obviously having the time and the funds to actually do this too. So if we come down, we can actually see this edging here. This is made by Williams Tools Co., the guy who make my lawn levels and stuff too, which we actually are going to stock this on the website if there is enough interest on it. So I've got a Corten, so it's like Corten steel, so it goes nice and rusty, which I'm a huge fan of. It matches sort of our house too, and also these garden beds here. And I do love that real like rusty look. You can see here just a little bit of rain that we've had, starting to get a little bit of rust on the edges there. But that's what we did our edging with, which the process, super simple stuff. Like he tech screw it together and just use some pins to bang it in the ground. Now we used a string line to get our levels to make sure that, you know, like we were getting it straight, and we also got our right angles off the walls and stuff, just so we made sure it looked nice too. But I mean, it's not perfectly level across the board because there's quite a big slope on this area just here. You may not be able to see it on camera, but it actually starts dipping down to that area down the bottom there. Now we did use the laser level too to help us out and get our edges, but honestly super simple as a homeowner too to do something like this, and it looks tidy. Like I really do like a nice edge. So it'll be great to have grass up against too, and I'll be able to whip snip up against there. So this area behind me, so where the chook pen is, we'll definitely put some buffalo in here. That is the plan. So we'll put some irrigation in, a little bit of shade here, so the buffalo will go well here, but we don't get a lot of frost over this side too. So I'm really hoping this stays green throughout the winter, and it will look really nice just off the garden bed. I think buffalo definitely has its purposes. I've said on the channel, even though I rag on it sometimes. I think it'll just look beautiful in this area just here, and we may even extend it down. I talked about this on the YouTube channel and said, what do you guys think about extending it out? Didn't get a lot of feedback on that, so let me know in the comments down below what you think, but thinking of going all the way down to here too. So it's probably about, I'd say it'll be about 400 square meters of grass just here. Not hard to tell on camera. Do we irrigate it? What do you guys think? Would you like to see that project too? And lay down some turf. Now, if you guys don't know, buffalo seed, it's not a thing, no viable seed with buffalo. So again, we're just gonna turf it, I think, to make things easier. And see how we go with that. But we've got a bit of tidying up to do from when we built this. What a mess, bro. It is so bad. But I think this would just be a beautiful spot to swim buff. Show you guys to look after it, install it, and then do our maintenance and upkeep on it. And it's a little bit shady throughout spots here too, which why I think buffalo is the perfect choice. So we'll have to level this out and make it look nice over the next little bit. Then once our edges were in, we leveled out as much as we could with sand, just to help with a little bit of drainage, and so we didn't have to put a ton of rock in here. We got 6 ton of rock, so it's about a 70 square meter area. So we've only gone around that 50 mil depth in thickness. Some areas may be a little bit thicker. We only need about 4.5 ton, but I knew we'd just lose it easily up against the house here, where it's a little bit deeper. But we put some geofabric on top of the sand just to stop the sand and dirt coming up through the rocks too, because that would be a massive issue in the long run. It's sort of, well, not really to help with weeds, like weed mat. I've heard a lot of good and bad stories about weed mats. We didn't go with weed mat, mostly just to separate the soil from the rock so they're not cross-contaminating each other. And then from there really it was just filling it in, putting the garden beds in. Obviously over time I'm gonna get some pots in here. I wouldn't mind getting some like landscape lighting too. Maybe put some posts up. This is like 1-2 years down the track. All this stuff does cost money. And I'd also love to put just a deck. So this is our bedroom just here. Maybe put a door in just there and then have a deck that comes out here. We sit out in the morning, have like a little bit of a coffee. That's the dream, isn't it, man? That'd be so cool. So that's the goal. So all we've got to really do now, at least for this season, is get some soil in here and then we're sweet. And the hose reel over there, which we've run a line from the actual, where we did our irrigation. We've got an extra line there that runs from the bore. Mount something on the post there. I ordered a hose link from HoseLink yesterday, I think. Yeah, I used to be affiliated with those guys, but no sponsorships anymore, but I love the product, so I ended up buying another one of them. They're great. So we'll put that in there, and that's really about it. It's pretty much done. So I'll time-lapse anything else that we have left from this process, but man, good to have this here. Such a beautiful little spot. Little getaway on this side of the property. Real Australian feeling sort of spot too, with all the gum trees in the background here too. Gum trees, we'll get some buffalo in. It's gonna look good. Anyway, a bit of a different video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. We're gonna do some garden beds down to behind the back of the green. Let me know if you guys want to see that, what your recommendations are. We're thinking gonna be more like Augusta-ish. Is that a word? Like Augusta National. So azaleas and lots of colors behind the green down there, because it is a cool season green. Like, it does have that Augusta feel to it with the ryegrass and then the bent grass too. But a few other projects coming up in the next 2 weeks. Now the property is a bit of a mess at the moment. We've got some stuff to do. Like, it is just overgrown and just wet absolutely everywhere because of all that rain we've had. But here's the Tiff Tuff here. So it's come out of dormancy, which is nice. Still a couple of spots still waking up, but man, there is some weeds in this bad boy. Like, look at all of this thistle, bruh. I mean, it's good for YouTube content. That's what I tell myself anyway, why I've let the weeds get overgrown. But it is an absolute mess. So next week we are going to be spraying with some Odessa. We've got a bit of ryegrass, a bit of wintergrass, a couple of other weeds in here. All this broadleaf stuff too, even a bit of purslane just here. When did that turn up? A little bit of purslane, ow, stabbed me. So we're gonna make sure we get rid of all of these weeds here, which Odessa will knock most of them. May follow up with some bow and arrow if we need to get anything else in here. But the green's looking good after our little mini reno a couple of weeks ago where we groomed it and sanded it. I'll tell you what, it's running pure at the moment. We've been double cutting this nearly every single day at the moment. And it's looking pretty slick. Gave it a roll this morning too, Josh did. So she's running pretty pure. Let me show you this. Some good roll out at the moment. Yeah, she's quick. Still going, still rolling, far out, still going. Rolling very nicely, playing very nicely too. We've been obviously doing a hole-in-one challenge on Instagram. Had a few hit the pin. We're getting close. If you aren't following that, check that out on Instagram too. But if you guys stuck along this long and listen to me blabble on for this long, appreciate you guys so much, really do. Make sure you keep an eye out for the upcoming videos because I'm excited for this season. So much going on. Just started a little bit later than I would have liked because of the rain and just cold this year. It's been weird. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate yous, and I'll see yous in the next vid.